Would you play in the NFL for $35,000 a year, which is almost minimum wage? Odell Beckham signed a deal with the Rams for $750,000 that he took in Bitcoin. Odell Beckham, famous for his one-handed catch, wins with the Giants, playing with the Browns, and now about to enter the Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams. According to Darren Rovell, a business analyst, when he took that contract for $750,000 in Bitcoin, at the time, Bitcoin was trading at $64,000. Bitcoin is now down to $35,000, bringing his contract from $750,000 to $412,000. According to California state tax, he will be taxed on the $750,000 at 50%. The story is not really about Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham's going to be fine. Of the $3 million of incentives, Beckham's contract, he's already earned $1.25 million, and he'll gain $1 more million if they win the Super Bowl. Odell has commercials and sponsors, so Odell's going to be fine. And I believe his initial investment in $750,000 in Bitcoin will be fine. But I do want to talk about Bitcoin. What exactly is Bitcoin? So Bitcoin was created by, some say it's a fake name, Satoshi Nakamoto. And this is either a person or a team. Conspiracies about who's really behind Bitcoin. If you read the white papers, it states that Satoshi Nakamoto is the creator. Bitcoin is a simple concept. It's digital money that allows for secure peer-to-peer transactions on the internet. So unlike services like Venmo and PayPal, which rely on traditional financial systems for permission to transfer, Bitcoin is decentralized. Any two people in the world can send money to each other without involvement of a bank, government, or other institution. This is what made it so popular, that it's decentralized, that two parties can just send money to each other. There's no bank involvement. There's no third party. There's no government. Just whoever wants to send money, they're able to do so. Bitcoin, it's tracked by the blockchain, and the blockchain, it's compared to a bank ledger where everything is documented, funds coming in, funds going out. It's basically every transaction done using Bitcoin. Unlike the bank ledger, the blockchain is not controlled by no company, no country, or no third party, and anyone can be a part of this network. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. This is digital money that cannot be inflated or manipulated in any way. So what are some functions for Bitcoin? It can be an investment vehicle. You can use it similar to how you would use gold and store it. You can transfer value around the world. So some people ask, what's the utility? Is Bitcoin money? So it's not exactly money, but it can be used as a medium of exchange, a store of value, and a unit of account, which are all properties of money. Meanwhile, it only exists digitally. There's no physical version of it. The principle behind Bitcoin first appeared in white papers published online late 2008 by a person or group going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto. So one may ask, who manages Bitcoin? It's managed by a network of computers running open source code. Other currencies usually ran or monitored by the government. Its value is basically based on supply and demand. The more supply there is for Bitcoin, the higher the price goes. Many people ask if it's secured. It is secured because it's secured by a network of computers that verify every transaction. Anyone with an internet connection can participate. And there are some merchants that are accepting Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of these polarizing topics. What I mean is, there's certain stocks that there's usually a bull case and a bear case. And it's just normal. You know, some people say right now, PayPal is great value, Netflix with the recent drop. But there's no major controversy if you are bullish on PayPal or bearish on PayPal. Bullish on Netflix or bearish on Netflix. Bullish on Microsoft or bearish on Netflix. But there are sometimes companies that the bears are extreme and the bulls are extreme. Tesla, I would say, is one of those where you had some extreme bear cases. Although those bear cases are slowly fizzling out, you have some extreme bullish cases that say Tesla should be trading at 35 to 100 or 5,000. Palantir is another one. I've seen some evaluations where people say it should be trading at $5. Some people say it's going to change the world. Bitcoin is very similar to this. Buffett says he would never touch it. I've read an article where a business analyst said that his evaluation for Bitcoin is that it should be trading at 0. And some people say that Bitcoin is going to make it to 100,000. And I read somewhere by 2040, 1.5 million. So it has those extremes, just like Tesla, just like Palantir. So when Buffett was asked about Bitcoin, he says, I don't have any Bitcoin. I don't own any cryptocurrency. I never will. On the other hand, Kathy Wood says Bitcoin could skyrocket another $500,000. And Kathy Wood is famous because she was an early bull on Tesla. Right now, her portfolio is down tremendously, but that's most tech stocks. That's most growth stocks are down right now. Another bear case says that this is a normal pullback, but that the pullback has a lot more to go. And they have this interesting chart here where it had its spike, then it drops 80%. Had it spike, then it dropped 80%. Had it spike, and it's only down 44%. So according to this, if this holds up and it drops another 40%, it may go down to 14,000. If you look at Bitcoin, the biggest support right now is $29,000. $29,000 seems to be the strongest support for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't fall, then it's very possible that this bear thesis of retracting 80%, just like it did 2 times, then you may wait for that $14,000 to $15,000 area. If it drops to $14,000 or $15,000, I do think it's a good buy. I do think there's a place for it. There are a few things I worry about. I worry about government involvement, the government starting to make their own crypto and get involved. How is that going to affect Bitcoin? Conspiracies of who is really behind Bitcoin. I read somewhere that they said if you really knew who was behind Bitcoin, you wouldn't buy it because it's going to go to 0 once that's revealed. I don't know. That's just a conspiracy. Who knows? Like any other investment, it will come with some risks. I think right now this is a good year to be an investor, although it seems like we're having our worst start in a long time. If you look at the NASDAQ, you look at the SPY, January has been the worst start in a long time. But for investors like me, that I have my bullish case for a lot of companies, I like that dip. It's just a better entry for me. I will invest some in Bitcoin. I haven't invested in it yet, but I'm going to wait to see. If it drops to 29,000, I may take my first bite and then wait and see. And then if it drops even more to like 15, 14, I may load up a little bit more. But that's just my personal strategy. I'm not extremely bullish where I think like Kathy Wood that it's going to get to 500,000, but I'm not bearish either where I think it's going to get to 0. I will use it as a diversification in my portfolio, and I'll take a small position if it drops to that 29,000. I think there will be utility for it. I think there is a place, especially with NFTs and blockchain utility being more prevalent. So thank you for watching. See you on the next video.